Hello, it's Heather Fiore with Free State Nutrition, and I am here to talk about soy food, and it's one of those things that I keep thinking we're all going to get over it, but the thing is, soy seems to have this really kind of this bad rap from like I don't know years and years ago that it just can't seem to let go of, at least here in this country. And so um, I just want to talk about that, why I think we should be eating more soy instead of less, um, and maybe where to get it if you aren't sure. So there was a study like a while ago. I don't know, was it 20 years now? I don't know. It was at least 10 years. I think maybe 15 years ago. I don't even know. But anyway, there was a study quite a while ago where they thought, I think it was the nurses study with the tens of thousands of people in it, and they thought that that there was a connection with soy and breast cancer. Um, Turns out they were wrong. Okay, but like soy has continued to have this like stain on its reputation for all these years later, and it's unwarranted. All these studies have been done since then. Uh, soy Eating soy does not um, like increase risk of breast cancer. In fact, there are some studies showing that it might decrease your risk. It might have a neutral effect, but it does not increase your risk. It doesn't do anything else that we kind of like thought maybe it did, like I don't know, feminizing people, or I don't know exactly what the fear is, but none of it's warranted. When you eat foods that are soy, that have like soy food, not like soy isolate, I still think that's fine too. But when you're eating like a whole food that has soy, it is not doing anything. It's not like a hormone. I think that's the other thing we think it's like acting like a hormone. It can sort of mimic that in a very mild way, if I can explain it that way. So like in the sense, in the case of like someone with peri or menopausal symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats, or joint pain, fatigue, memory loss, you name it. What else happens? Hair thinning. Soy can actually be beneficial for symptom relief. It's not like the same as taking hormone shots or hormone pills. It's nothing like that. It's just like eating food that might have a little bit of an effect on these symptoms. These are some of the same symptoms people have with breast cancer treatment, and so soy can be helpful in that situation too. If you are getting treatment for breast cancer, you might ask your doctor just to be 100% sure, like, is this, is soy safe for me? Just to be 100% sure. But for the most of the population who is not undergoing any kind of cancer treatment, absolutely soy can be safe. The other benefits to soy are it has complete protein, so just like meat or dairy or eggs. And then there's a couple of other plant-based foods that are a complete protein in and of themselves. Soy is one. Soy protein is heart healthy, so it can reduce your risk of heart disease and lower your LDL cholesterol if your cholesterol's high. And if you're vegetarian, like, or vegan, obviously that protein and that complete protein can be really important and helpful, whether all these other things apply to you or not. So these are some of the places where we get soy. Sometimes we think of like, we think soy milk, and I know that people are not drinking soy milk because there are fewer and fewer coffee shops that sell it, to put into their coffee, which makes me sad because it's my favorite, in lieu of like, I don't know, almond milk or oat milk. And like those things are fine. I don't think they're fine. I think almond milk is um, inferior, personally. I mean, I don't think it tastes as good, but there's no protein in there. I don't know if you realize this. Like almond milk and probably cashew milk and I don't know what are all the other milks. Like all these like plant-based milks, most of them do not have rice milk. Is another one, like 1 gram of protein. So it's nowhere, it's not remotely similar to cow milk, which has like 8 grams in a cup. And soy milk will have like 5 or 6 grams. So it's a whole lot closer to cow milk, which is the point of these plant based milks. I don't know if you realize that. Like they are meant to substitute for cow milk. Anyway. Okay, but the point is like soy milk is disappearing from coffee shops because there's all these other milks and people are choosing them, and it's it's affecting me personally. It's a personal affront to me because I really want soy milk, and I will choke down some almond milk if I have to, but I don't want to. And if you would give it a try, I believe that you will be on board with it and realize, like, what is this almond milk nonsense? So there's soy milk, obviously. There's tofu, and that's the other thing. People are like, no thanks. I won't get into that. There are lots of ways to prepare tofu that actually make it delicious. Just have to take my word for it. There's also tempeh, which is a fermented soy. So now you've got like probiotics if you're into that, and your soy. Personally, I think it's a little trickier to work with cooking wise than tofu, but maybe if you were out at a restaurant and they serve tempeh, that would be a good place to try it because then they know what to do and they know how to make it taste good. Then there's edamame, which is the soybeans themselves. They come in like a little pod. There's like 2 or 3 of them in a pod. You might buy it like not in the pod, like frozen, but they're pretty fun when they're in the pods and you just steam them and put a little salt on top and then you squeeze them out when you eat them one at a time and it's just fun. What else? Soy milk. Oh, soy flour is something, you know, you could throw into like we used to put it in pancakes a lot or just, I don't know, just throw it in stuff to get a little more protein and that like heart healthy protein into the thing you're making, whatever it is. And then there's also soy nuts, which are kind of like peanuts, a little smaller. And then from there, you have like the soy protein isolate, which is more like a concentrated soy that you might find in meat analogs like soy hot dogs or fake sausage or like fake deli meat or whatever, fake meat things, or like protein bars. Like nutrition bars that have like lots of protein. It's usually soy protein isolate. I don't think of that as being as beneficial. Like I think it's still fine, but I would definitely encourage people if they're wanting to up their soy intake to do it from the actual soy foods versus the soy protein isolate. All right, that's my ramblings about soy. I'd love to know your thoughts. Even if you like almond milk, I want to hear about it. Thanks for watching.